Okay, so maybe it's not exactly game of the year, but give me a bit to explain. Ever since Stray was initially revealed in 2020, it's a game that's always been kept at the back of my mind to check out when it releases. Annapurna Interactive, the publishers of the game, have killed it and been killing it with the games they've decided to take an interest in and publish. Journey, Outer Wilds, and most recently before Stray itself, Neon White. If the gameplay I've been shown by friends is anything to go by, there's a whole other video for me to make on another Annapurna game. But for now, Stray essentially sells itself on exactly what was in the initial teaser trailer. You're a cat in a cyberpunk dystopian hellscape full of robots. Compared to the game, that is pretty much exactly what you get. A puzzle adventure game where you play as a cat roaming around a world that, while I'm on the topic, is absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. This entire game is, honestly. From lights to rooms, there's no area in this game that hasn't been meticulously designed to look as good as it possibly can. Its environments excel at being cozy and warm, and the game knows this because of just how often it lets you stop and chill in the places it's created to just soak in the atmosphere. The animations in this game brings the cat and robots in it to life and only reinforce how much I actually care about this cat and the goal of the robots to go outside of their dead city. I cannot emphasize enough just how much of a cat you are in this game. There are so many actions in the game that indulge in this concept. There's a dedicated meow button. You can scratch trees and carpets, curl up and sleep in weird little places, stick your head in a bag, rub up against the legs of robots to befriend them, you paw at objects you're curious about, flop over when a harness is placed on you. The animation of a hurt cat limping nearly made me cry because they're cheating by taking advantage of the fact that I own 2 cats. Considering presentation is this game's most focused on element, it doesn't hang itself up on focusing much of its time on being an interesting platformer. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, the platforming is fun overall and still makes for a good game, but it cares much more about its style than the substance of the gameplay. Think Assassin's Creed over Super Mario Galaxy or Banjo-Kazooie. All of the jumps are an animation that just puts you where you decided to go. Once you're on a ledge, you can't fall off of it, and once you need to jump to the next, there's no feeling of needing to worry about your positioning for the next when you can just hold the jump button to cover multiple gaps automatically. I will say that the game has interesting and engaging puzzles. Despite my sheer stupidity, there was no moment where I felt that I was completely stumped and needed to look up on Google what I was doing wrong. This game's story takes the focus over its gameplay, and it's very clear that this is what they wanted to draw people in to experience in the first place. While a lot of the mechanics introduced through the story are interesting, the moment they aren't relevant to the story anymore, they're dropped and replaced with something new that is relevant. Despite this, the story is charming and cute and emotional in all the right places. While I think a lot of the characters and story beats would have been much better with actual voice acting, it's not hindered by being limited to text boxes, even if there's quite a few times in the game that they need to stop everything to have you read stuff, and also you have to move the camera around to actually read the text boxes, so it can get a little annoying sometimes. My only real issue with the story is that all of these characters in-game treat me like I'm the last hope for their chance at reaching the outside world. Like, bro, I am literally a cat. What the fuck do you mean you need my help? Literally. I mean, while we're on the topic of things the game could have done, Stray's largest missed opportunity is customization. No, I don't mean like special vests and keychains. I'm talking about the ability to make the cat look like your own. It's really cute that the majority of the modding community for this game so far is focused on making the cat resemble people's actual cats in real life, or Garfield. I'm not saying at all that I expected the devs to have implemented this, that would be unrealistic, but it could be something cool for a possible sequel. Through all of this, the game's most enjoyable quality is that it feels packed with soul, and I feel happier investing emotionally into this little kitty's adventure because of it. Honestly, I don't really know how to explain it, but it feels so nice playing a game that exudes developers enjoying and being proud of what they made. While Stray may not be game of the year, it's certainly not for a lack of trying. Out of all the games I've played this year so far, Stray has earned its spot at the top of my games to recommend list. The only reason it's not game of the year is because something else came out that I enjoy more. Had Stray released last year, I'd probably cope really hard about Halo Infinite's campaign, but Stray would have won and deserved it. If at any moment you felt like playing this game during this video, play this game. And if you don't feel like playing it, at least watch someone play it. Because even if you might not think a 5 to 6 hour indie game is worth your $30, this game is worth your time. If you enjoyed the video, consider clicking on another or subscribe because I enjoy seeing my number go up.